Good evening, Fernwood. It is your vitamin-taking bon vivant, Neil, and it's time for us to go one a day plus iron with another episode of Mary Hartman. Mary Hartman. Today we are watching episode 202 from January 11th, 1977. Yes, I got the year right. We have had some fun yesterday, so let's take a look. Martha has started a menagerie for her pet sitting service so that she can pay for the mortgage, otherwise they will lose their house. George is predictably terrified of all of the animals that he sees and insists that Martha should get rid of the lot. Martha tells George that if she doesn't do this, then they will lose their home and have to live in a tent, and George feels like he's entitled to keep his home for some reason. Grandpa quips back that the first families in America lived in tents, and that would be the Native Americans, to which George retorts with a racist rant against them. Martha and Grandpa Larkin take off to get supplies for the pet sitting service, and they leave George grumbling. Someone who has a right to grumble is Kathy, who is having labor pains in Mary Hartman's kitchen. Mary herself is doing her best to help with everyone's needs, and that includes Christine's, considering that she is having a fake baby, that her pregnancy is not real. Mary is being more than conscientious to help her distract her mind. Mary goes to answer a ringing of the doorbell, and instead of Dr. Furman, we get a lawyer who has come to fill out paperwork for Kathy that strangely wasn't filled out months ago. Essentially, Kathy has to sign a contract, and the lawyer insists that if she doesn't sign before giving birth, the entire deal will be null and void. Kathy, for her part, has very different priorities. Mary gets a phone call, and it turns out that Dr. Furman, who was scheduled to deliver the baby, is not coming. Charlie and Tom meet at the Capri Lounge to talk about their troubles. Charlie is worried about Loretta, who he discovered was missing. And Tom, instead of getting an executive position at the plant, is getting offered the same old job that turned his brain to mush. Charlie is ready to run off half-cocked, but Tom slows him down and says we should go to Merle Jeter's, even though you hate him, to get some help. And after a little bit of convincing, Charlie agrees. Of course, if you missed the last week or so of episodes, you might not know that Loretta is now having an alternate identity. Lulu, she has lost her memory and is now a waitress in a truck stop outside of Dayton. And Lulu has an entirely different personality from Loretta. Lulu plays Lou for some cash to buy a new outfit. She gets $100 out of him, and then when he goes for the kiss, she pushes him away. Mac the trucker shows up, and they go off to canoodle as the state trooper walks in, saying that they're looking for a sweet young lady named Loretta Haggers, and Lou doesn't recognize that, and the trooper heads off, and that's where our episode ends. Well, everyone, that's what we saw yesterday. Let's find out what happens today.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
Merle? Merle?
Honey, do you know what time it is?
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I just want to finish up this work.
How come you have to do that at night all the time?
I don't know. I guess I just want to get it out of the way, you know? What's
Can you
that?
believe that? Is that beautiful? What jerkhead would be knocking on the door at this hour? Hey, Tom Hartman.
Oh.
Charlie Haggers.
Hey,
How you doing, you guys? Come on in here.
Good to see you.
What's going on?
Well, Mrs. Jeters.
Well, is there any news about Loretta?
Well, that's
Yeah.
what we came here to talk to you about. Like to talk to Merle about.
Oh,
Sure.
Well, here he is. At least the
Yeah.
part of him that's still awake.
Yeah, listen, Charlie, I've been meaning to telephone you to tell you how sorry I am about Loretta's disappearance.
I'm sure you've been meaning to telephone me, Merle.
Loretta's a real Christian woman, you know. I just want to assure you one more time that nothing unchristian or impure happened up there in that Bidawee motel that night.
I know Loretta didn't do nothing impure or unchristian in that motel, Merle.
Yeah, well, what Charlie really wants you to... He knows you would never try that again.
Right,
and
right.
He knows that you'd like to try to make it up to him.
Oh, definitely. I really would, yeah.
Listen, Charlie. Merle is at the service of every citizen here in Fernwood, and if there's ever anything that you need, all you have to do is ask him.
Absolutely.
Well, Merle, then there is something... Charlie'd like you to do him a big favor.
Shoot. Heck yeah. What is it?
Well, you know, the police have not come up with any clues with what's happened to Loretta.
Well, now on that one, see, I can promise you that they're doing all they can right now. They're working real hard on that. I'll tell you, a very, very unique thing has happened here under my administration so far. The police force has, en masse, pledged that they would serve and protect.
Oh, wait a minute, Merle. They're not doing enough serving and protecting.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, I'll tell you how I mean. You can declare an emergency. Call up the governor and ask him to send out the National Guard. After all, she is one of the state's best assets.
You know, believe me, everything is being done that can be done at this point.
Well, then not enough is being done, Merle. Charlie wants you to make an extra special case.
Well, but now, see, that presents certain difficulties.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tom, that's very difficult.
No, wait a minute, Charlie. I want both of you guys to understand my position here. See, well, everyone in Fernwood knows what happened in the Bidewee Motel that night. Now, for me to come jumping in there at this stage is going to look a little bit bizarre, I think. It's not going to do any good. On the contrary, what it's going to do is stir up a lot of bad memories, and it's not going to help my image any. Well, now, wait a minute, Wanda. I'm not talking about, a selfish image. I'm not talking about that kind of thing. What I mean is that as a mayor of Fernwood, in order for me to do the kind of job that I think that people of Fernwood want and deserve, I might add, I've got to have those people's respect. I got to have their confidence.
Yeah, in other words, Tom, what Merle wants is for us to bug off. And that's how he plans to make it up to us for, violating Loretta's pure and innocent body in the motel and for getting my you know what.
Charlie, you know what? If you're the man that I think you are.
Well, he is a man.
I believe he is. If you are, I know that with God's help, someday you will understand my position on this thing.
I understand your position, Merle.
Good. I appreciate that, really.
Yeah, it's a terrific position.
Both of you, really. Well, good Lord. Look, I got to get a little night-night here. I got a very important meeting with the Little Sisters of the Needy tomorrow morning, and I got to be red hot. You know what I mean? So if you guys will excuse me, I'll check you later.
Yeah.
Come on, Tom, let's get out of here.
Charlie, listen, really, I'm going to work on this.
Yeah,
I'll
see what you can do, will you, Wanda? Yeah.
If you do, you're the best mayor Fernwood ever had.
No. But paragraph 13, subsection F, clearly states that the mother, said Catherine Shumway, agrees that the child shall not be told the name of his natural mother, and that said mother agrees that she will not see the baby after his immediate birth.
Look, can't we get on with it? All night we've been here.
You mean I can't even see my baby when it's born?
Couldn't you just give her a quick peek and then blindfold her?
I want to breastfeed my baby at least for a week.
How vulgar.
Oh, order, please.
Okay, deep cleansing breath. Relax. Look at the birdie.
I can't see the birdie.
Now, pant. Okay. Now, count to 5 and blow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3,
Now count to 8 and blow.
Excuse me, Mr. Adams, but you're assisting the non-signatory party in the violation of paragraph 13, subsection B.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Tom. Where have you been all night? Kathy has suddenly decided to have her baby. There is no doctor. There is no hospital. Just here, right in the kitchen. So there will be absolutely no breakfast today.
Who's he?
Oh, he's the Adams lawyer for the baby contract.
Mary, why is all this happening here?
Well, Dr. Furman hasn't arrived yet. You may have to deliver the baby, Tom.
Hey, look, Mary, I'm in no mood to play doctor.
Okay, Tom, just come here, sit down. Maybe we better have a talk. Okay? Now, look. At a time like this, when lives are in danger and it's a time of great crisis, what's the best thing to do?
Call the police.
I'll tell you what. Let's go into the next room, okay? We'll close the door and then you won't hear the screaming. Okay, now listen, everybody. We're going into the next room, still sterilized, okay? So don't worry, we'll be in there. And don't worry, we won't touch each other. Come on, Tom.
I can't believe it. There's a baby being born in there.
So where were you all night?
What do you care? You got everything under control here. You don't need me. I mean, all I do is lose jobs and run up bills. You'd be better off without me anyway, Mary.
Things didn't go too well at the plant, huh?
They offered me a job.
That's terrific.
Yeah. Same job I had before.
Oh.
Damn it! I was meant for better things. I was.
I know.
I mean, I've done that kind of work, you know? I memorized it and I moved on. You can't go back to what you've already outgrown. I mean, I can't, I'm going, that's going backwards.
Oh, sweetheart. It's not going backwards, it's going forwards. I mean, don't you see? I mean, we have a chance to be happy again like we were before. Don't you remember how happy we used to be, don't you? We were happy.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, you really must think I'm some kind of dud. You know that? I mean, me telling you that I was going to be such a big shot in the business world and buy a new house and then send Heather to private school and buy a fur coat.
Oh, Tom. I don't want that. All I want is us. I just want me and you. That's all I want. It's all right. I mean, everything's going to be all right. Just trust me.
Must sign this contract.
No! If we could only get some time off.
But they're just so good. Oh, here he is now. Darling, I'd like you to meet Ms. Olinsky. May, this is my husband.
What's the name again?
Ms. Olinsky.
Well, how are you? It's good to see you.
How do you do? Ms. Olinsky is here on a research project, honey, in connection with her book, which is being published next month.
Well, isn't that nice? Hey, it's nice to see a combination of beauty and brains, too. What you doing your research on there?
Female sexuality.
Female sexuality. Well, yeah, isn't that interesting? Yeah, I think that's pretty interesting to everybody. Certainly is interesting to me. Of course,
Merle.
hey, not as interesting as it used to be before we got married, right? You know what I mean?
Well, I'm glad you're interested in the subject, Mr. Jeter.
Merle.
Merle? I was hoping to get the support of public officials for the work I'm planning to do here in Fernwood.
Well, I tell you, if there's anything I can do to, give you a little support there, I'd be more than happy to do it. What do you have in mind now for the work you're going to be doing?
Oh, darling, you don't want to miss your appointment.
Sit down, Wanda.
Right.
Well, Research has pretty well proven that a great percentage of women never experience completion in their sexual encounters because most men don't have any knowledge of that little thing we've called foreplay.
Well, wait a minute. I'm not real sure I understand that one there. Now, are you saying that men don't know how to satisfy women in sexual or?
Yes. Actually, that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, men simply do not understand that a woman is not constructed so as to realize her full measure of pleasure the way a man is. So by merely conducting the encounter in the time-honored way, a woman is left out in the cold.
Yeah. And by time-honored, of course, you mean the normal way, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for most women.
Well, I tell you, I'm not real sure this is a conversation that's fit for mixed company, but I just have a feeling that you may be barking up the wrong tree here.
I beg your pardon?
Well, look, I have no way of knowing what kind of men you've been in contact with on your little research there or anything, but to me, I've always felt that if a man can't satisfy a woman without all that extraneous fidget and fuss that goes on before, well, he just ain't a man, as far as I can see, anyway.
Are you saying that you won't support and endorse me in the work that I'm doing here?
Well, what I am saying is that I'd be glad to endorse you on some work around here with the, community fairs or something like that, because I personally feel that you have a kind of a built-in natural-born charisma going for you there. But in terms of what you're talking about, why, I'd say no, nutshelling it. In other words, I'd say that you're more than welcome to stay on here, but your research has got to move on.
No, it won't, Merle.
Excuse me?
Well, she has my support.
She has your support, does she?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I don't know what you're going to do to support her, but you're welcome to try. After all, it's a free country, right?
Right.
Okay, give her your support, darling, and good luck to you. And listen, it's good to see you.
Oh, thank you.
Come back and see us again real soon, will you?
Thank you.
Will you promise?
Thank
Good to see you. Bye, darling.
Yeah, bye.
Take it easy.
Yeah, you too.
You girls have fun now.
We will. Don't let this get you down, May. Now, we're going to keep working on this. Now, for starters, I'm going to set up an interview with Harold Clemens of the Fernwood Courier.
Great.
Yeah, I guess I have a little influence in this town. Yeah, being a mayor's wife has certain advantages. Although, Lord knows, a good sex life isn't one of them.
Oh, Mary, it's coming. It's absolutely coming. It's really coming, Mary.
Okay, don't worry, Kathy. I'm standing by with soft drinks in case.
Here you are, baby. It's gonna be all right.
No, Brian, stop the babies. The doctor isn't here. I can't have this baby without a doctor.
Christine, now try to relax, Christina. The tension will kill you.
Mary!
Okay, now listen, everyone. Okay, now everybody listen. I would like at this time to make a very important announcement to all the pregnant people in the room. Don't panic. Now, in a situation like this, where everyone panics, the important thing is not to panic. Thank you.
All right, Miss Shumway. Now, I've made all the changes that we've agreed to. Now, all I need is your signature on all 3 copies.
Oh, should I sign it, Mary? What should I do?
Kathy, I simply cannot advise you at a time like this. If your hand will move across the page, sign it.
Okay, for Daddy's mortgage and so they don't get thrown out of the house.
That's all, Kathy. Okay, you know what I've noticed about Kathy? She's a very considerate girl in distress. Very.
Well, that's that.
Blow! Well, how are we all feeling?
Dr. Furman! Dr. Furman! Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Well, my wife fell on a roller skate, broke her coccyx. Damn kid with his roller skates. I think you know my Newton. He goes to school with your Heather.
Oh, yes, Newton Furman, darling boy. Yeah, I heard he was having sexual problems.
Yeah, then I did a gallbladder on Mrs. Rings. Very interesting complications. You know, I couldn't find it at first. I think I'm going to write an article about it for the medical journal.
Good idea. You want to slip into this thing?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, can I use this towel?
Oh, yeah, no, I just used the counter to that. Why don't you use this paper towel, okay? Here you go. That's good. Now, can you slip your little hands in here? That's good. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Okay.
So, we're gonna have a baby, are we?
Yeah.
That's fine. Mask.
Okay. I'll help you with that. That's good. I don't mean to strangle you.
It's all right. So we're gonna have a baby. Huh?
She keeps saying she's ready now, but she's been saying it a lot, so use your own judgment, okay?
Well, you know, as they say, time, tide, and babies wait for no man.
Yeah.
So let's just take a look and see what we've got here.
Baby, now.
It's coming. Yes, so it is. Well, and it isn't going to be long now.
Really? So what should we do? Should we leave?
No. Positions, everybody. Kathy, now get your feet up. Brian, up there. I'll need a nurse. Mary.
I am ready, Doctor.
Help!
Who's she?
Oh, she's the baby's mother. I'm in-law. Friend.
Oh, yeah, right, Mrs. Adams. Just relax. Your baby's coming. No need to empathize the painful details. All right, Kathy. Ready now? Push.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, I can feel it coming.
Okay, relax.
Oh, good. Now, does anyone want something? A carrot?
You know, I could swear this woman was really in labor.
No, she's kidding, really. She's just kidding. It's a joke. Here we go.
All right, Kathy, relax. Ready now? This is it. Just one more time. Ready. Push. Okay. And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push.
Oh, please, hurry up!
Push! 1, 2, 3. Wait, Christine, wait a minute. Don't you think it's...
A couple more seconds.
Dr. Fernwood, could you keep it down? Could you keep it down? Please, now, I think there's a little too much pushing going on over here.
Quiet, Mary, please.
Fine.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
I think we have some trouble over here.
Mary, please.
Fine, I'm sorry.
Well, welcome to Fernwood, young man. Good. Good for you. Good for you. It's fine.
Dr. Furman, Dr. Furman, could I just see you for a minute? Is she all right?
Yeah. Oh, everything's fine. She's all right. Yeah, sure.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's fine.
What do you mean?
Oh, could you just come here with me for a minute? Could you come here, please?
Brian.
Please. I think Christine felt, too much for Kathy, and I think she's,
Dead.
dead.
Overexerted into cardiac arrest.
She died in childbirth. Oh, my God. Somebody born and somebody died at the very same moment in my kitchen. Maybe it's the kitchen.
I really did not expect that. So following on the heels of yesterday's episode, Tom and Charlie head over to Merle's to get any kind of help, and Merle is useless. Just lip service. He just doesn't care, and Charlie is rightfully angry. But Merle's support is something that isn't happening. Honestly, I don't know what putting troopers on the ground would do extending the search would be good. Publicizing the search would be good. What else could be done in this case? Other than, like, a good investigation? And I've watched a few videos about disappearing person cases. There are a lot of videos. I'll just find one and share right up here. And missing person cases tend to not go well. Or at least the videos do, because they all end in death or murder or something. A missing persons case can be serious. In any case, Merle is not willing to add his support to it, which is disappointing. Wanda says she'll help with it, though not in this episode. And then we're back at the Hartman kitchen, where Kathy is in labor. The lawyer will not let up. The doctor isn't there yet. All of this mess is going on, and it's ridiculous and stupid. And I'm enjoying the stupidity of it, but that's, just to be clear, it's stupid and I love it. Tom gets home from Merle's and doesn't know what's going on. I don't know if Mary didn't mention it to Tom, but having birth in the house was something she offered. Well, then Tom and Mary set aside, and Mary gets across to Tom that all she wants is for them to be happy. And to me, that was a beautiful moment, because Tom realizes that all the stuff that he wanted was, well, I don't know where he's going to be after this, but all the stuff that he wanted was not important. And in this case, Mary and Tom come together. And then we cut back to Merle and Wanda and May Olinsky, which seems to be later in the day because Merle was in his jammies during the first scene and now he's fully dressed. And Merle, perhaps unsurprisingly, he hides his offense at the implication that men don't know how to pleasure women very well, and suggests that May should take her business elsewhere. But Wanda gives her support. Wanda advocates for May, and good. To be honest, I feel like Wanda would be a better mayor. It's clear that Merle is a blowhard, and Wanda actually cares about things. Merle doesn't even have political knowledge. I don't know, maybe he's got some stuff that we don't know. He basically just knows how to be charismatic. However, Wanda does know what it takes to be in power. Not just that, she has a point of view that things that she cares about. And Merle doesn't care about anything. And then we get back to that gloriously stupid and painful scene. For some reason, Christine has been going through labor pains or having some kind of sympathy pains. Wow, this was pretty wild. Obviously, they're going to close in on the face, and I prefer that they do. We have this immense event happening next to another immense event. I was tickled at first seeing Christine. At the instant of birth, there's just that moment, and I knew she was dead. That's when the floodgates unlocked, and wow, I will cry. And I did. That's probably the ugliest cry I've had, so, in a while. I've cried uglier in my own life, but for TV or movies, that's the ugliest cry in quite a while. Because, wow. But the contract was signed, and changes were made to the contract, and I don't know what that's going to mean, but essentially Christine Adams died in childbirth. And of the deaths in this show, that one surprised me the most. So everyone, that was our Tuesday episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. I had no idea that Tuesday could be quite so emotional. Thank you for watching with me. Thank you for leaving your thoughts and feelings in the comments without spoilers or all that stuff. Thank you for going one a day with me, plus iron. And we will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.